What are those two things that children need above all else to get off the best possible start? Why is regulating children's stress so vital? And how can you buffer its effects? And finally, how can caring for parents influence children? Stay with us. Hey friends, welcome back to Nifty Bites. If you're new here, I'm Naveed, and on this channel, we together delve into intriguing discoveries, engaging articles, and staying updated with the news based on solid scientific grounds. If this sounds interesting to you, then you've come to the perfect spot. Today, we're going to talk about experiencing better childhood. So let's do it. Let's start with the US, on vital measures that predicts later success in school and life. Small children in the US do worse than kids in comparable countries. American children have lower literacy and numeracy scores, poor self-regulation skills, cooperate much less, and have fewer prosocial behaviors, comparing to children in England and Estonia. But what is prosocial behavior? Behavior that can be described as prosocial includes empathy and concern for others. It includes a wide range of actions such as sharing, helping, comforting, and cooperating. We all know that learning begins on the first day of life and not the first day of class. The earliest stages of a child's development are the most important ones. Why? Because they're full of opportunities. A child's brain will never be more receptive to experiences and more plastic than it is on the pivotal time. But what do we mean by pivotal time? If you check dictionary, the word pivotal means of great importance because other things depend on it. So when it comes to children, a lot of different various factors seem to be intertwined at times. But we'll try our best to disentangle the most important ones from the rest. Around 85% of brain growth occurs between birth and the age of 3. During this period, 1 million neural connections per second are formed. Neuroscience suggests how these experiences can literally shape the way children and the adults they become think. 2 decades of child development research tell us 2 things that small children need above all else to get off the best possible start: nurturing interaction with caregivers/parents, and protection from toxic stress. Yet there's a disconnect between what science tells us small children need and what we as a society do to help them. So let's discuss the first factor, nurturing interaction, in more detail. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Randy, a dad. Randy settled onto the soft carpet of his living room and pulled his 2-year-old son Julian into his lap. "Want to play?" he asked. Julian grinned and began to stack some blocks. Father and son counted together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, until a tall tower stood in front of them. Drop it, Randy nudged Julian, encouraging him to tip the tower over. Julian gazed at his dad, his eyes twinkling with delight as Randy added a few more blocks. When the stack and the counting reached 16, the tower came crashing down. "Boom!" Randy shouted. "Boom!" Julian echoed. This is how a dad can fully embrace his role as a parent. He was tuning into his child, playing with him, talking to him, and taking turns in their ongoing conversation, even though Julian could not say much yet. This kind of rich language input is central to the importance of nurturing relationships. For years, researchers focused on the quantity of language heard by children as an indicator of language development. But newest research revealed that the quality of language exposure matters even more. This means that overhearing is not enough. Children must participate, just as Randy encouraged Julian to do. In a 2018 study, which was the first of its kind, researchers from Harvard University and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology realized that children who typically experience not just more language, but more conversational turn-taking showed more activation in key language areas of the brain. These kids also showed stronger connections between language areas that are about speech perception and speech production. At every socioeconomic level, more conversation was related to more mature brain development, says speech-language pathologist and neuroscientist Rachel Romeo. Other researchers indicate that important connections between young learners and caregivers actually occur on a neural level. It means their brains sync up. They did not sync when the adult was talking to someone else in the room. This means that overheard language does not count. But why is this important? Because this synchrony has been linked to social learning, problem-solving skills, and vocabulary development. We already knew that infant-directed speech is very important for babies' learning, and that a variety of communicative cues could be important for them, says Piazza, who is now at the University of Rochester. But even before they are fully verbal, there are a lot of ways in which babies' brains are picking up on these different cues in the environment. So now it's time to talk about the second factor, stress, and the roles of parents in buffering its effects. The human brain develops very slowly comparing to other species. It's kinda on a slow cook setting. This is a great opportunity, as it gives us a lot of time to learn from the environment. Some have said that childhood is like a dress rehearsal for the performance of adulthood. Human children spend a very long time with their parents compared to other species. For infants, connections begin on the first day of life. This is why paid leave at the birth of a child is consistent with policies on early brain development. Studies of the effects of paid leave on the health of mother and children found it is associated with, lower levels of depression, improved infant attachment, and decrease in infant mortality and rehospitalization. Isn't that mind-blowing? And isn't it mind-boggling that in some cases, parents are being denied these basic rights and they are not given paid leaves at the birth of their children? When fathers took paid leaves at the birth of a child, it benefited the mental health of both parents by lowering depression and stress. If parents can manage stresses the world throws at them, the children might have a better chance at managing challenges easier in the future. If parents respond in a calm way, their child is more likely to follow their lead. This is why parents provide a buffer between the world and their child's brain development. Here's the final saying. To adults, do what you can to take care of your well-being, to make sure you are feeling safe, and to manage your own emotions in a healthy way. If you feel this way, it gets translated to your children in a more powerful way. Thank you for being with me. If you like this video, subscribe for more. See you next time.